annual Governor Service Awards. Before we get things underway, I'd like to call our commission chair, Kevin Meier, up to please leave us an invocation. Kevin.
Good morning. Would you please bow your heads with me? Heavenly Father, we want to pause at this moment and just give you gratitude. Thank you for the blessing of being in a community and a state and a country that serves one another, that recognizes the value of humility and service and volunteerism, that the difference that makes in our lives far outreaches what we could ever see happen. And we're so grateful that we have people in this room right now that we're lifting up today and honoring them for this. Regardless of our faith, Lord, regardless of who we allege our faith to, all faiths recognize that we are better when we live our lives with humble service to others. And so we ask for your blessing upon this event. We thank you for those that are here present with us. And we thank you, Lord, for watching over us. It's in your Son's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Chairman Mays. It is a glorious day to be here at Kentucky. Before we get rolling, I do want to say a couple of thank yous first. None of this happens without a lot of hard work and energy from volunteers, much like what you folks have done. So if you are on the Serve Kentucky staff, I want you to wave your hands big and proud back here. In the back, let's give them a big round of applause, especially Shannon Ramsey. Shannon Ramsey has been putting together these awards for 20 consecutive years. So Shannon, thank you so much for a great job for us. We are really proud as well to have many of our commissioners here. These are governor-appointed volunteer commissioners, and they guide us all throughout the year with our mission. So if you're one of our commissioners, wave them loud and proud right here for our commissioners. Give it up for those folks. Great volunteers. Thank you. I'm going to take a couple minutes before we get going to tell you just a little bit about Serve Kentucky and AmeriCorps. We are housed in the Cabinet for Health and Family Services, proudly housed in that cabinet, and we absolutely love the work that we're able to do all across Kentucky and with all the other departments doing and serving critical needs in our communities. We oversee AmeriCorps, and AmeriCorps is kind of like a domestic Peace Corps. It's 900 Kentuckians that are dedicating a year or two of their life to service. And they're doing the kind of work you folks do every single day in your communities. The power behind AmeriCorps is that these are local folks, your neighbors, assessing issues that they want to tackle. We build a core of human capital, and we work with local foundations, school systems, faith-based organizations, and nonprofits to tackle these social issues. So it's a really, really cool design and a neat way of building this private and public partnership. Proud to say that Kentucky is the fastest and largest growing state commission in the country. Give yourselves a big hand for that. Pretty proud of that work. And the work that we do is so vital, whether it's that AmeriCorps member that is sitting with a senior that has no one else in their family, and that's the one person to bring them dignity, or that member's meeting with an underserved child who has a father that's incarcerated, or that member might be a citizen that had been incarcerated, and this is their second lease on life, building houses for the homeless. Or that's a member that's working with a woman in a violence abuse shelter that's trying to get her life back together. These are the kind of things that our members do every single day, serving their Commonwealth and serving their nation. And we added a new component this year. We're designing for the first time a national disasters plan. We've got a new staff member, we've got a new team, looking and assessing how we can better serve communities when natural disasters strike like they just did down in Alabama. So we're pretty proud of that work too. I want to give a big shout out too to Facebook Live. We're so glad to have 3 cameras right now talking to all of Kentucky and all of America about the amazing work we do in AmeriCorps, amazing work that we do in the Cabinet, Secretary, and the incredible volunteering and model you guys are giving for us. So without further ado, welcome. We're glad you're here. And I'm going to turn over the microphone to our MC for the day. Doug Hogan, would you come on down and be our MC, please? Big round of applause for Doug Hogan, the Director of Communications for the Cabinet.
Oh, gosh. Thank you, Joe. Oh my goodness, I tell you what, that is a hard act to follow, sir. My name is Doug Hogan. I'm Public Affairs Director at the Cabinet for Health and Family Services. So great to have you with us this afternoon. We really appreciate everything that you do, all that you do to give back to your communities and to your fellow citizens. My job's pretty easy today. I get to read a lot of great bios of some of the award winners we're spotlighting today, and also introduce some wonderful guests. So that's the easy part for me. The first person I want to call up is actually the Cabinet Secretary, and that Cabinet Secretary is Adam Meier. He was appointed Secretary of the Cabinet for Health and Family Services by Governor Bevin. Before moving over to the Cabinet, Adam was actually in the Governor's office as a Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy. As you might imagine, he worked on some health care issues along the way, and also education and workforce development. So without further ado, Mr. Secretary.
So again, thank you, Shannon, for putting on this wonderful event. That's amazing, 20 years. That means she started doing this when she was 10. So thank you. Thanks to the Governor and First Lady, obviously, for opening up their home here to us. And as we're here to talk about service, thank you for the mansion staff who put that wonderful lunch together. Didn't know there would be that much flavor in something that little, so that was amazing. So again, thank you for that kind welcome, Doug. And thank you for the nominations to these stellar individuals. When I learned I'd be lucky enough today to participate in today's ceremony, I was pleased to know that not only would the recipients of these honors would be here, but also that their nominators would be here. Many times these folks serve side by side to our honorees, and they are servant leaders themselves. So I would like to take a moment to acknowledge their dedication to the people of the Commonwealth, their thoughtfulness they showed in making the nomination. So to those nominators that are here today, thank you. And my notes say applause, so I'm going to ask you guys applause. And to the adults and youth, both individuals and groups, who are being honored today, thank you as well. My notes don't say applause here, but I'm going to go ahead and add it, okay? So last year, Kentuckians contributed 96.6 million hours of service. That's worth $2.3 billion. So and this is especially important to a cabinet like ours, because when programs and agencies are facing budget cuts and staffing shortages, those big numbers are making a big impact. You guys are standing in the gap where we can't. And so to that, thank you, hats off. One of the highlights of working in the Cabinet for Health and Family Services is really becoming more familiar with the programs and successes of Serve Kentucky. Joe and his staff, as you can see, are full of energy, but in conjunction with Serve Kentucky and the commissioners, they're a mighty team. Along with the coordinators across the state, they advocate for and help support effective volunteer program management, administer Kentucky's AmeriCorps National Service Programs, and recognize volunteer service awards or service across the state through commendations in these annual awards. Thank you to those who are here and the colleagues in the Commonwealth. And again, I want to thank Joe's leadership. He is truly, and him and his team have really taken this program and made it a national model. And I just want to, again, thank you and recognize Joe and his leadership. Service seems to be a natural part of Kentuckians' makeup. It's in our DNA. And the spirit of neighbor helping neighbor is strong no matter the need. Service is about selfless giving. It is being in the right place at the right time to offer a helping hand. It is recognizing a need, seeking opportunity, and taking action. Service is transforming, and it has a profound effect on both parties. The folks we honor here today have made a tremendous impact on their communities, but even greater, they have given comfort and personal assurances to others that people do still care about one another and will rise to the challenge when there is a need. So to our esteemed award winners, please accept my thanks and congratulations for your invaluable service to your fellow Kentuckians, for the example that you set for all of us, and for doing your part to change the Commonwealth and the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Also in the audience, just as I look around, we have the Deputy Secretary of the Cabinet with us. I just want to say shout out to Christy Putnam. You can wave in the back. Christy does a remarkable job, and actually Christy and I were just over at the Capitol about an hour ago talking to some pages who were from the Family Resource and Youth Services Centers, the Friskies pages, and that's another part of our cabinet. So it's been a great day because it's organizations and agencies that do tremendous work to the community, and we really love doing that. Now last week, I will tell you that another special guest stopped by a legislative page day we had for our Friskies, and that was none other than our Lieutenant Governor, Jenean Hampton. And I love always to hear the Lieutenant Governor speak, because there's one thing about it, she is genuine. You know that she means what she's saying, and she provided some words of encouragement and inspiration to those young people, telling them that they can be anything they want to be, to set their goals high, and they can reach those goals. And if anyone embodies really the whole servant leadership and giving back to the community, I think our Lieutenant Governor is first and foremost. So, Ms. Hampton, please come to the podium.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to the mansion. I bring you greetings from Governor Bevin. He couldn't be here today, but I'm here on his behalf. And, I did not know that Friskies were part of that cabinet. I'm still figuring out how government is all intertwined. And, but, it kind of illustrates something, though, because what I have learned is that we're all intertwined. There's various agencies, there's the volunteers, and they all step up to the plate when they're needed. I'm glad to see my neighbor here. It's really sad we have to come here to Frankfurt to see each other. He lives right next door, actually, directly next door to me. We have keys to each other's homes and looked after each other's pets when we're gone. And I want to tell you that one of the reasons my husband and I have not moved away is because we have learned over our lifetime that good neighbors are worth their weight in gold. They really are. They truly are. So you're keeping us in place. Just want you to know that. But you said something in your prayer that you mentioned a word that's near and dear to my heart, and that is gratitude. First of all, to have gratitude for your blessings. My mom was a blessings, count your blessings kind of person. She's 91 and a half, by the way, and lives with me and my husband. And she's awesome. She's still awesome. And bakes a mean sweet potato pie at Thanksgiving time. So that's a bonus. That's a perk for having her live with us. But she was a count your blessings kind of person. And my husband and I have had discussions, and we have decided that when you have gratitude for whatever you have, your approach to life is just a little bit different. And it's easier to empathize with those who don't have what you have, who are in need, and it makes it easy to step up to the plate and serve others. And just reading the descriptions, the biographies of all the awardees today, all of you have stepped up to the plate to do that, to give of yourselves, to be something bigger than yourselves. And certainly that's what AmeriCorps is about. That's what Serve Kentucky is all about. And learning about that, this organization has been one of the joys of my service as Lieutenant Governor. As many of you know, this is my last year as Lieutenant Governor, and certainly AmeriCorps will be in the highlight reel. You will definitely be in the highlight reel for these 4 years. It's been a wonderful term of service, and it's really just taught me that it's people like you all, and I bet you many of you in the audience, unsung heroes I call them, who step up to the plate. When there is no money, when budgets are constrained, you still step up and help where you can. And so I just want to extend my appreciation on behalf of Governor Bevin and myself, and just really all Kentuckians, to all of the awardees. Congratulations. I'm really honored to stand here among you. There's some folks from my backyard, Bowling Green, and actually I'm a member of the Civil Air Patrol. So, I thought you guys were going to boot me out when I won this position and stopped coming to the meetings. But so thank you for keeping me around, and actually they promoted me, so I'm not sure what that was about. But honored to be a part of the Civil Air Patrol. The cadets are in the back; they're going to get an award too. So just service to this great Commonwealth. You all make it work. You all make this Commonwealth successful and help us just coast along until we do become the wealthy Commonwealth that we are well on our way to becoming. So thank you for your service. Thank you all for coming here this afternoon. I'm glad we got to be in the mansion instead of the rotunda. You know how loud that can get, especially when there's protesters. So we're in a good place today. So congratulations. God bless you all, and thank you all for coming. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Lieutenant Governor. We are going to move on and start with the awards now. I have to do some rearranging here. Forgive me. So we will read the narratives, and then following the narratives, you can come up and get your award as well as a photo with the Lieutenant Governor, also with the Secretary and with Joe. All right. So, of course, as we've already said, this is the 24th Annual Governor Service Awards, and we're going to start with our first award in the Volunteer Service Awards category. The first recipient is Christopher Crumrye. Chris has been dedicated to the Habitat for Humanity in Lexington for more than 10 years. He first got involved with home building projects while in high school, became a Habitat ambassador when he was an undergraduate at UK, and served as president of Habitat's board of directors in 2017. He has a passion for affordable housing and an understanding of the importance of Habitat's work in the local community. Congratulations to Christopher Crumrye. Our next winner is Connie Crick. Connie is the pastor of Vineyard Worship Center in Morton's Gap. That's a small town in western Kentucky. Connie serves as a community representative on 2 Family Resource and Youth Services Center committees. Connie also organizes fundraisers to help build, among other things, a town park for local children. She's created a social group for elderly women and launched the Good News Kentucky Children Teen Leaders Network, where leaders can actually connect and communicate with what's going on in students' lives and talk about the needs of their families. Excellent. Congratulations, Connie. Our next recipient is Dr. Paul Kearney. Dr. Kearney offered his professional services as a volunteer surgeon with surgery on Sunday since 2006. He's averaged 15 surgeries per year for the last 12 years. He's completed more than 180 procedures free of charge, those services conservatively valued at more than $2 million. In addition to providing surgeries, Dr. Kearney serves as both Surgery on Sunday Board of Directors President and its medical director. In addition, he recruits board members and dozens of surgeons to volunteer alongside with him. Please congratulate with us Dr. Kearney. This year's Youth Volunteer Service Award goes to the Boyd County branch of the Kentucky Youth Council for Volunteer Service. This is a group of high school students from 4 school districts, and the purpose of the council is to facilitate community service activities for Boyd County youth and to develop leadership and cooperation skills. Each student undergoes a rigorous combination of volunteering, services, and other assignments. Last year, get this, these students logged more than 4,500, that's 4,500 volunteer hours. That's on top of going to school, on top of part-time jobs, that's on top of being a teenager. Please join me in congratulating these outstanding youth leaders. Our next category, we're going to the Veteran Volunteer Service Awards, and this year's first honored veteran is Senior Master Sergeant Michael Corey Phelps. Sergeant Phelps is passionate about Civil Air Patrol's wing of Kentucky Wing Cadets. As a total force partner and auxiliary of the U.S. Air Force Civil Air Patrol, he's searched for and to find the lost, provide comfort in times of disaster, and work to keep the homeland safe. Its members selflessly devote their time, energy, and expertise toward the well-being of their communities, while also promoting aviation and related fields through aerospace, STEM education, and helping shape future leaders through CAPS Cadet Program. Sergeant Phelps is actually responsible for the planning and training of more than 175 members and organizing character development and other services for the cadets of the Kentucky Wing. Congratulations, Senior Master Sergeant Phelps. Our next recipient is Master Sergeant Joanne Orr. Joanne served 24 years as a quartermaster, non-commissioned officer, and retired as a master sergeant in January of 2000. She's a veteran of both Desert Storm, Desert Shield. After her son passed away from sickle cell disease, Sergeant Orr realized the need for more treatment opportunities right here at home in Kentucky, as many adults had to travel to Ohio or Tennessee to get those needed services. Sergeant Orr served as the marketing and fundraising director for the Sickle Cell Association of Kentuckiana, organizing many events to bring attention to sickle cell disease. She also appeared before the Kentucky legislature and Congress and was instrumental in the passage of the National Sickle Cell Disease Bill. Sergeant Orr remains dedicated to service and also volunteers with many other organizations in Louisville. Let's give a big round of applause to Master Sergeant Joanne Orr. Our next award category is the National Service Awards, which honor individuals or groups who have served at least one term with the National Service Program, such as AmeriCorps, VISTA, NCC, or Senior Corps. During and beyond their terms of service, these individuals, as Joe would say, get things done for Kentucky. Bad impersonation, but it's as good as I can do. Our first National Service Award winner is actually the Jefferson County Public Schools AmeriCorps program, Reach Corps. Reach Corps AmeriCorps members serve in 24 priority elementary and middle schools, mentoring students and patterns of truancy and attendance issues. Many Reach Corps members participate in activities outside of their AmeriCorps requirements to support their students, families, and their community. Reach Corps members find themselves supporting families through difficult times as well, attending funerals of students' loved ones, delivering handmade beds, and reaching out in the summer or just during breaks in case the students or families have a need while school is out of session. Let's give a big round of applause to the Reach Corps AmeriCorps.
Reach Corps, I know you guys aren't shy. Come on over here. Come on now. I know these people. Get over here. Get over here.
We have to balance the floor out. Come on.
7 seconds. Come on, get over here. Bring it up. Big picture.
Thank you. One more. Thank you very much. Our next two National Service Award winners serve in the AmeriCorps Kentucky College Coaches Program. They mentor high school students who might not envision themselves going to college, first-generation college students, and/or populations with low rates of college opportunities and college exploration. In fulfilling this mission, coaches help with career exploration, college essays, admission applications, free application for student financial aid or the FAFSA workshops, campus tour, and even financial activities. It's my honor to congratulate Emily Bowman as the award winner. Emily serves at Lynn Camp High School and knows the name of every senior, his or her career interest, and their college options. I would say, okay, so give us a quick example. You've got to.
Okay. Our valedictorian is Jackson Profit. He wants to go to Eastern Kentucky University and major in risk management.
All right. What's his GPA? What's his GPA?
GPA 3.5.
3.5. And the winning lottery numbers tonight are? Okay.
I'm sorry.
Emily's core students have, again, I mentioned the lottery because her core students have amassed more than $200,000 in merit-based aid, and that's not including need-based aid that she's helped her students obtain through FAFSA. Throughout her service, Emily attended and organized trips for 21 college campuses, 3 regional college fairs, and 5 regional career fairs. Thank you, Emily. Our next Kentucky College Coach honoree is Cody Roark. Cody serves at Nicholas County High School, where he has not only dedicated his time to assisting his core students, but also to the entire community. Cody has implemented multiple college access events at Nicholas County High, including the first college application campaign week, where 60 of the school's 78 seniors actually applied to at least one post-secondary education institution. Cody has also coordinated and helped implement a local Lieutenant Governor's Entrepreneurship Challenge competition and a senior registration day for students who were planning to attend Maysville Community and Technical College, and a military information week for seniors and underclassmen to educate themselves on military options. Congratulations and thank you to Cody Roar. Our next National Service Award winner is Roberta Cervantes. Roberta is one of Paducah, McCracken County Senior Center's most dedicated, retired, and senior... Cervantes. Roberta Cervantes. I knew I would mess that up. I knew I would do it.
If I was at a restaurant, it'd be Fox.
Roberta Cervantes. She has been a Senior Corps volunteer since 2011. She served nearly 1,400 hours in 2017. That's the most out of more than 500 volunteers enrolled in that program. Most of Roberta's hours have been spent at Heart USA, a community-based drug prescription program, and St. Vincent de Paul, a nonprofit thrift store. In addition, she also finds time to serve as an active member of the church and spend time with her large family. Congratulations, very well deserved. Thank you for being here. Our National Service Alumni Award winner today is Warren Rod Bacard. Rod served with the MSU Corps, an AmeriCorps program sponsored by Morehead State University, from 2012 to 2016. During Rod's time with MSU Corps, he served as a tutor for at-risk elementary school students who needed extra assistance in reading and mathematics. He loved to quite literally take his leg off and get down on the floor with the children, who affectionately called him Bobo. Mr. Bobo. All right. While serving as an AmeriCorps member, Rod also supported the Cattlesburg 21st Century After-School Program, where he assisted with homework help, enrichment activities, and coached a Lego robotics team that competed in the state championship. I need to talk to you about that. That sounds pretty cool. Even though his service with AmeriCorps MSU Corps is complete, he still volunteers at his school as an aide in the kindergarten classrooms. Please join me in congratulating Rod Bacard. Our next award category is the Group Service Awards, and our first Group Service Award winner is the Southern Kentucky Cadet Squadron. Now, this unit embraces the balance between the three primary missions of the Civil Air Patrol: aerospace education, cadet programs, and emergency services. The unit's members have achieved the Quality Cadet Unit Award for 6 consecutive years, and many cadets have gone on to graduate from the Naval Academy and the Air Force Academy. The senior members of the unit are actively engaged within all aspects of the cadet program, and they're dedicated to providing safe and robust activities as mentors and guides. The unit's color guard team performed at 27 community events in 2017, and the unit's STEM programs have become the premier cadet-led activity. Please join me in congratulating the Southern Kentucky Cadet Squadrons. Our other Group Service Award winner today is the Community Mission Team from Rockcastle County. In 2011, Catherine Pope led an international mission team of 15 people from Baptist churches in Rockcastle County to Romania. When the team returned from that trip, they unanimously agreed that the outreach missionaries that were done in Romania could also be done locally, and the Community Mission Team was born. Since then, the team has organized many service projects, events, and drives for school supplies, clothing, shoes, blankets, and food for people in need in Rockcastle County. Last year, the community mission team also started a weekly Celebrate Recovery program, which includes a meal and opened a weekly emergency food pantry in Broadhead. Let's give a round of applause to the community mission team. Our next category award is the Nonprofit Service Award, and this year's recipient is the Alpha Zeta chapter of Alpha Phi Omega at the University of Kentucky. The Alpha Zeta chapter of Alpha Pi Omega at UK diligently strives to positively impact the lives of others by creating service opportunities in 4 primary regards: service to the nation, community, campus, and fraternity. Alpha Zeta participates in a wide variety of social projects, including those that deal with education and empowerment, environmentalism, hunger and food insecurity, health and well-being, homelessness, and populations in need, as well as women and families. Alpha Zeta has long-standing active partnerships with more than 40 local nonprofits and community-based organizations, and in 2018 was deemed the Chapter of Excellence and Pledge of Excellence program. Congratulations, Alpha Zeta chapter at UK. Our next award category is the Business Service Awards, and this year's recipient is Paducah Bank. In January of 2014, Paducah Bank initiated the Swipe and Serve program to provide funds for local charities that served the hunger needs of the community. For every 100 signature-based transactions, Paducah Bank actually contributes $1 to the local food service organization. And to date, the bank, with the support of the customers, has, get this, contributed how much? $200,000. $200,000 to these charitable organizations within their local community. After a school shooting in an adjacent county, Paducah Bank also used proceeds from Swipe and Serve to create scholarships in memory of the 2 students who were killed on the school campus. Congratulations to Paducah Bank accepting the award. Accepting the award for Paducah Bank among the group is Senior Vice President Susan Guess. Our final awards to present this afternoon are the Lifetime Achievement Awards. These awards recognize a lifelong commitment to volunteerism and community service at a variety of levels, resulting in the substantial and sustained impact. These awards are presented to volunteers who are here with us today and those who have gone on. Our first award recipient is Angela McKinney. Her family is here to accept the award on her behalf. Angela, a native of Frankfort, passed away in October of 2018 at the age of 35. Among other causes, Angela was a dedicated supporter of the Community Action Council and its Senior Corps volunteer program. Through her affiliation with Kroger, Ms. McKinney co-sponsored and provided substantial personal assistance at a 9/11 remembrance event hosted by the Council's Foster Grandparent Program and Retired and Senior Volunteer Program. During the event, Kroger and the Senior Corps programs provided free lunches for the Lexington Police Department's Central Sector. Ms. McKinney helped to provide educational and vocational opportunities as well for students experiencing at-risk behaviors and barriers that impeded future opportunities. Please join us with her family in honoring Angela's legacy. And it's now my honor to present a Lifetime Achievement Award to Ann Morgan. Ann has resided in and served the Lexington, Fayette County community for nearly 80 years. For 48 years, she's volunteered at least once a week at Central Baptist Hospital in Lexington. As a professionally trained clown, Ann appeared in Fayette County holiday parades, community picnics, and festivals, and she visited summer camps and nursing homes over a 25-year period. Ann's also volunteered with numerous other community organizations, including Meals on Wheels. She served as a volunteer crossing guard for 2 local schools for 40 years. And she's seen her fair share of basketball games, too, as an usher at Rupp Arena for 15 years. How many championships? 2, 3? A bunch. Let's give a great round of applause for Ann Morgan. Our final award for the day, for the Lifetime Achievement Award honoree, is Luther Brown. Luther is dedicated to the safety of this community, seeking solutions to end the harm that follows negligence firearms practices. Founding the organization's Board for Change in 2000 and Little Hands, Little Feet Gun Safety in 2012, Luther has provided access to information about gun safety, handling, and storage to both children and adults. To address the problem of negligent firearm harm, Luther's organization provides free gun locks to prevent accidental discharge. His campaign for gun safety further ignited in 2016 after the accidental discharge led to the negligent homicide of his grandson, Dre. This tragedy, while not catalyzing Mr. Brown's call to action for gun safety reform, would serve as the narrative behind legislative change calling for the passage of the Baby Dre bill. This bill would fine negligent gun owners in the case of an event of a firearm accidentally discharging and harming a person. Please join us in congratulating Mr. Luther Brown. That's the formal awards that we have today, and I think just reading those narratives has been such a joy for me and a pleasure and an honor for me, and I want to say on behalf of myself, thank you for all that you do, for all that you continue to do, and for the legacy that you've left behind, not just for yourself, because I know you're not doing it for yourself, but the legacy you're leaving behind for the people you serve in your communities and for this great Commonwealth of Kentucky. I'll bring it back to Joe Braingardner to wrap things up this afternoon now. Thank you very much.
I told you it was going to be an awesome day. I told you. Thank you, Doug, so much for your help. And again, thank you. You don't get to this place without having phenomenal leadership, not just a servant heart, but leadership. And Lieutenant Governor and Secretary Meier, we are so proud to be in this cabinet. We're so proud to be in a position where we have unwavering leadership, unparalleled leadership for the work that we do. We really do. So on behalf of all of our commissioners, all of our AmeriCorps members, all of our volunteers, we thank you for your leadership. Can we have a little round of applause for folks up here helping us out doing this? Well, another plug for Doug. Plug for Doug. You can watch all this on Facebook, so when you get back home today, go on Facebook. I'll go on MySpace. I think I'm still on there. But go on Facebook. Find it, share it, brag about it, make sure people know about this. So let's get this pushed out that way, okay? To close this out, too, we have one more phenomenal leader. He opened us earlier with his invocation. This is our commission chair, Kevin Mays. I've walked the halls of Washington, D.C. with the man. I've hiked the Appalachian Trail with the man. I can't get his last name down. Kevin Mays. Kevin has been just a tremendous leader of this commission as our chair. For the past 4 years, we've navigated quite a bit together. And we've gone from a good organization to a national model of excellence. And we've built a staff that embodies that and a board of commissioners that does as well. So, Kevin, come on up and close the show for us, please. Kevin Mays, our board chair.
Well, despite the fact you can't remember my last name, I do appreciate the compliment. Wow, what a day. Joe just remarked about how Serve Kentucky has become a national model. That is done solely through Joe's leadership and his team, Shannon and the rest of them. We as commissioners have the blessing of being able to just be with them and kind of guide them and help them in whatever way we can, but the true growth of this organization has come from their leadership. And you can get a glimpse from that from Joe just being here today. He is hard to walk on the Appalachian Trail, but with that type of attitude, though. So he kind of has to be reminded which direction to go every once in a while. Do also want to thank legislators who have come in here today. I know that they have taken time away from their busy schedule, busy agenda, lots of work to be done up here, and they will be going back to that. So if you're a legislator in here, thank you so much for spending time with us today, and hopefully you've had an opportunity to see a glimpse of what's going on in your communities. Secretary Meier, thank you so much for being here and leading us today, and thank you for the support that the Cabinet gives us. We are very blessed and very grateful for that. Doug, you're emceeing. Amazing. We've had a lot of good MCs, but you've set the bar. You've set the bar high. Thank you so much. That was excellent, and we'll bring you back next year for sure. Lieutenant Governor Hampton. I don't know if I'll be able to get through this part. It is indeed a pleasure that you've been supporting us these last few years. Thank you for the leadership that you've given us. You've given this state. As your neighbor, I can't tell you how proud Stephanie and I are that you are next door to us. We have been so blessed by you and Doyle living next door, being part of our family for the last several years. If you don't know Jenean's story, please try to get an opportunity to learn it. You will find out that this lady accepts no excuse, no adversity, no obstacles. Whatever we face in our lives, there's always a better way, an approach to get to where you need to be. And it's through her faith that has helped her to do that, and her strong family. She does indeed have an awesome mother. I'm so proud of all the nominees of these awards who have devoted themselves to these causes that are near and dear to their heart. This is probably one of my favorite days of the year. You know, when we leave here, when we go home tonight and we turn on the news or we look at the paper in the morning, my goodness, it is so easy to get distraught. There's so much going on in the world that can tear us down and break us down. But when you have the opportunity to sit in a room with these individuals who have devoted years of service and many more years to come, you can't help but leave here and feel lifted up and understand, yeah, we're in a good place. Despite everything that might happen out there in this world, we're in good hands. And so it's always the best day of my year to be able to be here and to listen to your stories and the things that have gone on in your lives and the way that you have not accepted adversity, that you have accepted no excuses. You have seen something in your communities that needed fixed, and you're fixing it. And thank you for doing that. So let's give another round of applause, please, to all of our award winners. It's been said that a lot of people doing a little bit can make a big difference, and you have certainly shown what one person can do, the wave of change that you're causing. The success of your projects is no accident. It is the result of a lot of hard work. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is this: what are you doing for others?" Dr. King believed strongly in the power of service, serving others with humility, and he reminded his followers constantly that they need not be in possession of an advanced degree or a great deal of wealth in order to make a difference in the world, but that they only needed a clear intention and a desire to serve. And it's this commitment to serving others with humility that is a value worth honoring. That is the value we honor you with today. So I hope that the recognition and the award that you've received here today becomes a reminder of the great appreciation that we have for you from this group and from your communities. But I also urge you to let this totally inspire you, continue to inspire you, and all of us to continue Kentucky's wave of transformation. Let's build on your success by continuing to enlist others in this movement of service. And never forget that volunteerism just doesn't make a difference, it can be the difference. Thank you for being here today, and God bless.